In 1715, a ship sank off Florida's coast. 300 years later, divers stumbled upon its insane cargo. In a shallow stretch of water just off the Florida coast, a group of treasure hunters are about to make an incredible find. After all, there on the ocean floor are the relics of a doomed ship that made its last voyage 3 centuries ago. But just what exactly have they uncovered, lost underwater for so many years? In July 1715, a fleet of 12 Spanish galleons left Havana, Cuba, destined for Europe. The War of the Spanish Succession had just ended in favor of Philip V, and they were set to be the first vessels to make the crossing in 2 years. The galleons were loaded with tributary items such as gold chains that were intended for the King of Spain. They were also thought to be carrying a valuable collection of jewels, part of a dowry for the king's new wife, Elizabeth of Parma. Altogether, the galleons' cargoes were thought to be worth around $400 million in today's money. British spies, therefore, kept a close watch on the valuable fleet as it sailed along the Florida coast. Just a few days into the voyage, however, disaster struck. In fact, a deadly storm battered the ships with 115-mile-per-hour winds, and the galleons were dashed against the rocks. Consequently, in the early hours of July 31, 1715, all but one of the galleons sank beneath the waves. They finally came to rest at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean, near what is now Vero Beach in Florida. Although 1,500 crew managed to escape and swim to shore, as many as 1,000 sailors lost their lives in the disaster. The precious cargo was also lost to the ocean, trapped within the wreckage that would lie scattered on the seabed for the next 300 years. Then, in 2015, almost exactly 3 centuries since the disaster, the fleet finally began to give up its secrets. In fact, in June of that year, a family of treasure hunters recovered a 40-foot gold chain and more than 50 gold coins in waters around 130 miles north of Miami. The haul further included a so-called royal inscribed with the date 1715, making it a rare coin that had been specifically struck for King Philip V. The total value of the find was estimated at around $1 million, but this was just the start. Yes, on July 30, 2015, exactly 300 years to the day since the galleons of the 1715 fleet had first encountered that fateful storm, a team of historic wreck salvagers were out searching the ocean near the site of the previous find, and what they found would mark the anniversary in the most incredible way. Diver William Bartlett was part of a 3-man team aboard the SV Capitana, a vessel owned by salvage company 715 Fleet, Queen's Jewels LLC. The company had bought the rights to the wreckage in 2000, and Bartlett's team were scouring the waters just off Vero Beach for any signs of treasure. Firstly, they used the boat's propeller to sweep away the sand from the ocean floor in the area and reach the bedrock below. Then Bartlett took a metal detector and began to explore. He quickly found one coin and then another and another, soon resorting to stacking his finds up inside his diving gloves as he went. And when he eventually returned to the surface with each finger filled with gold coins, the team knew they had made the discovery of a lifetime. Bartlett told USA Today, "For a treasure diver such as myself, a find like this is the equivalent of winning an Olympic gold medal. This is what we all come here to do." In fact, on that day, 230 gold coins were recovered from the wreckage of the 1715 fleet, and this was followed by a further haul the next day that brought the total to more than 300. It was, needless to say, an incredible find. "It's been magical," 1715 fleet founder Brent Bibson told CSB News. "What's amazing is that we found it on the actual anniversary. We found 230 gold coins on the 30th, and the hurricane started on the evening of the 30th in 1715, he added. Among the 350 gold coins recovered were a further 9 rare royal coins, bringing the estimated value of the find to a staggering $4.5 million. Speaking to Reuters, Bartlett said that the gold looked like it fell into the water yesterday. In accordance with the law, 20% of the artifacts will go to the state of Florida, where they will be placed on display in a Tallahassee museum. The rest of the treasure, meanwhile, will be divided between Bibson's company and the contractors who discovered the treasure, Bartlett and his colleagues Jonah Martinez and Dan Beckingham. For contractors like these, it seems searching the Florida coast can be a lucrative business. Moreover, of the estimated $400 million in gold and jewels lost when the 1715 fleet sank, it's reckoned that only around $180 million has so far been recovered. Bribson, meanwhile, believes that the timing of this particular find was more than just a coincidence. "I truly believe that these shipwrecks wanted their story to continue," he told the Washington Post. "This magically happened on the anniversary because this story still needs to be told and it's currently unfolding." Please share this video with your friends below.